Hello my friends, today I'm going to do a little bitchy video, I guess you can say. So you heard this potato saying how if you make less than 400,000 a year, you're not going to be paying new taxes or this and that. Of course that's full of shit, but here's where it gets interesting for those of you. I'm selling some stuff on eBay here. I had not sold anything on eBay for the past 10 years. And I've gotten a couple of little things here that I found and thought I would sell. Um, and some stuff that I had for 20 years that I just finished selling right now, and I'm actually selling a few other things here. But first of all, for those of you who think, well, why am I watching this video? I don't sell on eBay. Don't worry, you're invited to the party too. Don't you worry, they'll come for you too. Now, in the last 90 days, as it says here, I've sold what? 4 things. And I've transaction-wise, it's it's said that I've transaction was $601. Now that I've done that, eBay immediately sent me a message. You can't see it anymore, saying that I needed to update my Social Security or my business license, because under the new Biden law, any movement transactional money of $600 or more a year, you get a 1099-K, which is a business form. Now, again, don't worry if you don't do any eBay sales. Don't worry, I'll explain something to you in a minute. Now, this thing here, I got this in the last 90 days. I sold, like I said, 4 things. I'm about to sell 3 other things, and I hadn't sold anything for 10 years. But this thing here cost me $5, $6. I sold it for 30. I think I made $20 profit. These boots here, I bought them for like 90. They were the wrong size. I sold them for a whole 10. This bayonet here, I bought it for 100, sold it for 149. I think I made $28 on it. This thing here, this backpack, I sold that for 330, but I've had this for 20 years. Okay, and the other stuff that I'm selling, I've also had for 20 years. Now, because altogether there's been a transaction of $601, I gotta now file some sort of a tax form. They have decided to hold it back for another year. So in this particular situation, I'm in the clear as far as that is concerned. Like I said, it used to be $20,000 before they would consider you like a business. Now it's $600 of transactional movements. Okay, now what does that mean? And as I said, if you're not selling on eBay, it doesn't matter. What that basically means, what they're talking about, is if, say for example, you Venmo or Zelle or this or that, those companies, if there's a transaction of $600, you get a 1099 K form, because now you're a business and the government wants its taxes. There's a few little stipulations here and there, but remember, if you're having a yard sale, or if you're selling on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or whatever, and people Venmo you money, Zelle you money, then $600 in 1 year, and guess what? Those companies are going to send you a 1099 form, 1099K. Now, here is Snoops. Will banks have to report all transactions over $600 to IRS under the Biden plan? Now, they're of course not telling you, they come up with mixture. They're not telling you Venmo, Zelle, and all these other things, because of course they got to give it a mixture. They're leftists. They can't really tell you the whole truth. So the Biden administration American Family Plan proposes that financial institutions report all transactions from personal and business accounts except those below $600. So personal and business accounts. So like I said, Venmo me some money for my furniture that I've had for 15 years that I'm having a yard sale. No, give me cash. I'll take cash. According to the proposed American Family Plan, banks would report gross inflows and outflows for all businesses and personal accounts to the IRS, with the exception of accounts below a low minimus gross minimus, whatever the hell that is, of $600. So again, personal, not just business, personal. What is false? Does this does not mean that individual transactions above that threshold will be reported. Individual transactions over $600 would be reported. Rather, aggregated numbers would be provided to the IRS annually. Aggregated. Can somebody with a bigger brain than mine tell me what be aggregated? It's not aggravated, because that's what I am. What's undetermined? A parenthetical. Somebody who speaks English, please. To the proposal indicates that the administration would be flexible on raising the minimum account balance inflow outflow above 600. If passed and signed into law, the proposal is expected to go into effect for the tax years after December 2022. Okay, so in 2023, which is this year, but supposedly from what I've heard, they pushed it back to next year. Now, it did pass. That's the American Families Plan, whatever. It did pass. And remember, they're also hiring 80,000 IRS agents in the next 10 years. And as always, like someone said, if you hang a rich person upside down, if you hang a regular person upside down, it doesn't have to be a poor person, a regular person, and you beat them with a stick, what comes out of the rich person's pockets? Lawyers. What comes out of the poor person's or the average person's pockets? Money. Because we can't afford lawyers to stifle the government and just keep putting in this or that to keep them from taking your money. So we just pay money, and that's where they mostly get most of their money, from schmucks like us. So now, if you're going to be selling something on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Swap Meet, remember, if I'm wrong about this, let's show me some evidence. But this is not the first time I've heard about it. Snopes is a leftist organization, and of course they bring up banks on the title, but in their article they talk about individual. Okay, so not just businesses but individual. So in any case, my wife just said that at her work everybody zells themselves this and zells themselves that, money for this, money for that, $10, $5, all that kind of stuff. But is it going to affect them? Now also my friend who has a business license, he says that there are, of course, forms within all that business to say, hey, I lost money or I made money here, this, that, or the other. But let me ask you this. Although that's an out for somebody like us I'm having a yard sale once every 5 years, or I'm selling something on OfferUp, my binoculars or my telescope, whatever, and altogether it's $600, in 1 year, for example, just out of the fluke, once every 5 years I sell that. Who wants to go through all that? I got to fill out this form now that says, and when I do my taxes, it says, oh, I didn't make any money. I've never done that, so I don't know what to expect. But anyway, starting 2024, be aware of all that stuff that's coming down the pipe, because remember, if you make under 400,000, you're not going to be paying any taxes unless you sell anything. But that's different. That's different, I guess. All right, have fun.